Okay, so tell me about the decision to build a team because there's a lot of conversion rate gurus, I'll call them, or data scientists who have no interest in building a team. They want to be a freelancer. They love coming in and being the smartest guy in the room, but then like they don't want to do anything to do with managing employees or executing. But you made a different decision. Walk me through your thinking. Why not stay as an independent consultant?
Yeah, yeah. I did for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, and it was great. Honestly, great classic little lifestyle business, right? I mean, very low cost. I mean, very high margin. Obviously, it was really
Sure.
just my time and such, and had some excellent clients. I think I had 5 clients is where I maxed out to, and it was great. It was just mainly meeting the demand, right? And I'm kind of an entrepreneur at heart. I had started a couple other gigs before I had started Endrock, and where there's demand, there's an opportunity to scale. And my absolute favorite line in business is build what you can sell. And
Hmm.
so don't most people go about it the other way. A classic example of this is like tech, right? I mean, look at the graveyard of applications, consumer facing and mobile applications, web applications, SaaS models, different softwares, because they were all driven by these teams who were phenomenal at building things, but they built something unfortunately no one really cared about, right? And that sounds a little brutal to say, but to me that was kind of my obsession for years there is build what you can sell and figure out what the market wants to pay for. And I kept iterating the model, frankly. I even called myself an outsourced CMO. I called myself an outsourced CRO. I started doing all these different things. And people kept coming back to calling me like the experiment guy, the analytics guy. So like the points were there that kept pointing me back to say, this is what the market wants you to do, right? And so as I proved that out, saw the demand, and more people said, hey, we need more tests, we need faster, we can't get your time because you're already booked up with these other clients, it became obvious that I could scale the business, right? As opposed to many companies will hire and build this infrastructure only to go out to the marketplace to realize that if the demand's not there, right? And then they really struggle oftentimes to get into profitability. And I'm happy to say we were very profitable throughout the entire tenure of the company.
Amazing. So I want to talk about how you recruited talent because in the early days in this kind of venture, it's just you, but you made the decision given the demand to grow. Did you bring on partners or were these like employees? How did you structure it, commercially?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, without getting too much into the personal, but I had started a few other businesses prior to that. And I just, I'm a classic hard-headed entrepreneur, right? I mean, very stubborn in my opinion, oftentimes very pragmatic thinking, very data-driven. And I had some good partnerships, but I could never get these companies to take off, right? I mean, I started a handful of them before, and we did okay. Like we could support ourselves, but I mean, nothing. Put it this way, nothing to warrant being on a podcast to discuss, right? And I kind of just, had a revelation and really wanted to go it alone, right, for a while, and wanted to just do this on my own. And so as I started to kind of attract in good talent, I was very focused on what can I offer them in terms of a good stable position, a good job, upward projection, good leadership opportunities, et cetera. And I was far less focused on needing a partner. If there was something I didn't know how to do, my model was either hire for it or learn it. Don't go give away part of the farm, so to speak, to kind of bring on a partner. I did entertain in the early days potentially bringing on an investment partner, and that was very short lived, mainly because a client of mine loved the model so much. He had come to me and said, would you ever consider this? And when you're a young entrepreneur, kind of in your 20s, and someone offers a substantial amount of money to seed the company, you kind of see dollar signs there, but very quickly realize those aren't really dollar signs like an exit. Those are liabilities. You know what I mean? I mean, you have to be a good steward and fiscally responsible to that investment. Not that you wouldn't be fiscally responsible when you're bootstrapping it, but I just didn't need nor want that added stress or pressure of having a finance partner or a financial partner, an investor. So I rejected that offer effectively and then just kept building it on my own, the slow route, the traditional route, right?
Well,
And
not too slow. You got from like 0 to 100 employees or 70 employees or whatever it
yeah,
was, like in 4 years. So,
yeah, we did.
you
Yeah,
weren't
yeah.
plodding